Grey Worm's actor Jacob justified what Dany did in episode 5 as just a little mistake, which I can't count on my fingers how many times I've made a similar mistake. Before going on to the other interesting bits that Jacob shared in his interview, I first want to talk about him justifying Dany's actions and how he doesn't believe she's actually mad, like Targaryen mad. And he actually had a really long statement, so he said, "Daenerys' code has always been like, I'm going to get what I want, and if I have to hurt people to get there, I will. She has a history of protecting innocent people and trying to go the way of justice. But she has also along the way always been like, however, if you fuck with me, I will destroy you because I can. And I think that's why she decided to do it. She has this in her, but also something that I find interesting is that I don't think this makes her mad. She's just human. People lash out in really unexpected ways to things that hurt them. Hurt people hurt people. I know that's a cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason. I feel like there's some weird stuff of people being like, oh, crazy woman. And I just don't think that's true because I don't think Emilia would have ever played that. Emilia loves Dany. Like, she loves her. And I think it was a really huge but human mistake that attached to something that was already within her. Not because of genetics, but because of everything she's been through in life. And politics corrupts people. Power corrupts people. In very profound ways. Really quick, I recommend the Reckoners series if you really like the idea of power absolutely corrupting people, but mixed in with superheroes. It's a good series, but it's also for young adults, so don't expect something super crazy. Anyways, I think Jacob's statement would explain why the showrunners D&D said that Dany doesn't have any of her father's madness in her, and she's never gonna go mad. And then we saw what we did in episode 5. She's not mad, she just made a mistake. A little whoopsie and burned a shit ton of children and babies. Happens to the best of us, right? However, Jacob also confirmed that Grey Worm threw the spear at the Lannister soldier because he wanted to and because of his rage over losing Missandei, and not completely in response to seeing Dany start to burn them all. He believes that if Missandei would have still been alive, he wouldn't have done that. As well, Jacob shared that all he has left is Dany and what the war has exactly cost his character, stating, "But obviously he has no loyalty to anybody else. All he has left is Dany, and he does really care about her, but I think that never would have happened if Missandei were there. I think it's just got to a point now where he's been through an insane amount of trauma. I can't ever imagine what it feels like to go through that. And then on top of that, he essentially has to fight for people that don't want him. And he's lost half of his army, which is like, they're not just an army. They're people that he cares about and has grown up with. He's lost them. For what? For all these imaginary factions, like Starks and Lannisters. He doesn't know what any of that is. He doesn't care." Which is why I always thought a bittersweet ending would be Dany actually ruling the Seven Kingdoms after losing the majority of her dragons and 2 of her best friends and a lot of soldiers to rule people that don't really like her or want her, and she went from a place of Essos where people loved her and cherished her and she was breaking chains, and now she's in this strange continent where people just do not respond the same. She sees true injustice over in Essos, and she can't do anything about it because she's dealing with these squabbling lords in the Seven Kingdoms. But what are your thoughts? Do you agree with Jacob that Dany didn't go mad and it was just a mistake? Let me know in the comment section down below.